Hey guys, what's up? Daniel here. Today we're taking a look at the iPad Pro Magic Keyboard. Now before we get started with this video, I want to thank our sponsors Paperlike, who we will be talking about later on in the video. So just a quick shout out to them for sponsoring this video. But continuing here, this keyboard retails for $300 because it's the 11-inch model. The 12.9-inch model actually retails for $350. So these are definitely very expensive keyboards from Apple. Even by Apple standards, this is just a really expensive keyboard. Of course, nothing really special in the box. In the back, you kind of get the different positions that you can put the iPad on. And I'm really excited for this because for me personally, I don't use the smart keyboard folio that we have here that often, mainly because it doesn't solve that much of a problem for me, because usually I will type on the glass keyboard on the iPad. However, there have been many times where I go like, it would be nice if I could just scroll through this page without having to reach up at the touchscreen. And this now, of course, includes a mouse. So let's go ahead and check it out. Let's see what's inside of here. We get a little booklet of sorts. And let's see what's in here. Just Magic Keyboard pamphlet. Nothing really special. I guess this just tells you the different positions. The fact that it has a USB-C port, which is nice, but that is for charging only. You won't be able to connect a hard drive or anything to that. So if you do want to connect a hard drive, you will have to still connect it to the port on the iPad once you dock it here. But as far as first impression goes, this feels like a legit keyboard. Like it's definitely hefty and it has weight to it. It feels like it almost weighs as much as an iPad itself. Let me see here. My goodness, both of these things almost weigh the exact same thing. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if this weighs even a little bit more. I'm not sure, but definitely has some very solid heft to it, which is both good and bad. Of course, bad because you want something light, but good also because you don't want something flimsy. But here, just kind of looking at the mechanism, very easy to open. Let's see if it opens with one finger. It does until it doesn't, because then you have to curve it and turn it, which is interesting. So let's go ahead and connect the iPad here. Of course, you got the smart connector here on the right-hand side, just like you do on the keyboard folio. Camera cutout. You got an interesting hinge here with the USB-C connector there for charging. You got that secondary hinge right here. I think from looking at the product demos and all that, you can see that this hinge right here up here is a little bit limited. I think that could have been fixed if you had put two similar super strong hinges somehow at both places. That way you could get more angles and stuff. Because one of the orientations that I really wanted, let's put this on here real quick, is one where I could easily draw and bring it down, kind of like the Surface, so that maybe I could, bring it forward and then lay it flat on top of the keyboard and draw, which is definitely not happening here, which is a little bit unfortunate because I think I do like the keyboard folio. However, what we kind of needed was a keyboard folio 2nd gen with the release of this new iPad, but we got the exact same thing as the old one, which isn't very versatile. It works very well, but it needs a few more positions. And I think overall, the form factor and lightness of this was nice. I just wish we would have gotten an update to that one. But now we have this Magic Keyboard, which is, I mean, it looks like a laptop right there, doesn't it? It looks really, really cool. And it's very important. I do have the 11-inch model. Of course, with the 12.9-inch model, you're going to get a full-size keyboard. It's going to feel all nice and big and large. However, with both models, you're not going to get a function keys row, which kind of really actually sucks because that's kind of an important aspect to the iPad. The ability to bring the volume down and brightness up and down depending on what you're doing. Yes, I guess this allows for the space to be properly aligned for everything, but we can't go without saying that a function row wouldn't have been nice, especially given the price and everything. But I think, let's see here. I just want to try this out because I'm really interested in seeing how this works. I've been really excited for this because I've always wanted a trackpad on the iPad. And it feels really, really nice. I'm going to play with it for a little bit so I can come back and talk about it. All right, so I've gotten to check it out for a little bit and I really, really like it. Obviously, it automatically connects to the mouse and the mouse cursor just works instantly. And one of the reasons you're paying so much here is really, of course, because of the trackpad. Yes, the keyboard feels really nice. It's gonna be nice and tactile, like your average MacBook keyboard. Not as good as the newer ones, but it's gonna work out really well. And the key sizes feel really nice and spacious, especially for this 11-inch model. The keyboard is definitely better than any of the keys on any third-party keyboard out there, better than Logitech, better than anything. The sizing and everything is properly made. Of course, with those keyboards, you don't have a trackpad taking up space, and you also don't have a function row on this one, which you do on the other ones. Worth noting that Logitech did come out with one with a trackpad for some of the cheaper iPad models, so that's very nice because now you can get basically the same setup right here, but much less money. Now, right off the bat, of course, one of the things you're gonna notice with this is that this is definitely a keyboard that is more prone to breaking because you can just pour liquid on this and ruin it. While with the Smart Keyboard Folio, not really something you can do because the whole keyboard is covered. Of course, the keys on this guy right here are very mushy compared to that, but we will be doing a full video comparing the two next week. But now I do want to talk a little bit about angles. Of course, we have this angle right here, which is the furthest you can go. And it's basically looking straight up at you, which is a great angle and an angle that I wish the Smart Keyboard Folio had. And of course, you can have a flat angle, I guess, if you're watching movies or anything like that. And that's about as far as you can go. So you can do this angle right here, or this angle right here, or anything in between right there, but that's the max you can go before. Right there, I don't know what you'd ever use that for right here. I know some people with the keyboard folio and this, go ahead and turn it over like this, and then you can use it kind of as a drawing tablet. A little bit clumsy and flimsy, and it doesn't look great, but it's supposed to work really great, which with the Smart Keyboard Folio, it does, and it's something that I've used sometimes, but I usually just remove it to use it, but it's nice and sturdy, and you can definitely get that nice angle for sketching. And talking about sketching, that segues us right into our sponsor for today's video, Paperlike. Now, basically what Paperlike is this screen protector that I have right here on my iPad. It makes your iPad basically feel the closest thing as possible right now to paper, and it also sound like paper. So when you move your hand over it, you get that nice crisp feeling on your hand as well as on the pencil, so that it feels like paper. So you kind of want to sketch on it more, and you want to play around with the pencil more just because you get that feeling. Even if you don't have the Apple Pencil, just for general usage, you're gonna get that paperly feel. So if you're reading a magazine or anything, it's gonna feel a little bit like paper. As far as installation goes, it's super easy. In the kit, you get 2 screen protectors to apply, as well as 2 cleaning wipes and 2 sets of guide stickers. Now, me personally, I never use the guide stickers because I'm pretty confident with the installation of protectors in general. As you can see here, it was pretty easy to install. Basically just guide it, clean the screen, make sure there is not a speck of dust. And when I say not a speck, I mean I made sure there was not a speck of dust under this, because if not, for me personally, I cannot stand 1 speck of dust under the protectors because it creates bumps and it ruins the experience. So you make sure you do that, you got it, you place it, and it's all good. Then you got this nice paperly feeling here that feels really, really nice and works on all of the iPads because they have it for every single model. So if you're in the market for a screen protector or something that makes it feel like paper, then make sure to check out Paperlike down below in the description. And again, thanks to the folks at Paperlike for sponsoring this video. So as I was saying about this orientation right here, it definitely works and you can do it. It's just personally, like if I was at a Starbucks or something, I don't think I would want to continually put this base right here because it's going to rub away the rubber over time. Don't want to break a keyboard like this. However, it is covered under Apple's AppleCare if you have that for the iPad, which is actually a very nice bonus. So if you already pay for that, then this keyboard is going to be covered. And yes, of course, just like anything else, you just put your Apple Pencil up top and that stays there. You close your tablet. There you go. You can, it's definitely not a one-handed, oh, there we go. You kind of got to use 2 hands on both sides there, unless it's on, I guess, more sturdy table. But let's swipe up, there we go. All gestures and everything work perfectly. This trackpad feels heavenly, and even though it is small, I think the length of it works really, really well for the iPad. Again, you have all your commands and everything work, which of course that's to be expected. Nothing there is going to change. You got your keyboard here, and we can go ahead and test out this keyboard. And there you go, you can see that. It actually feels super satisfying. I actually really, really like it. This keyboard is definitely already better than my 2018 15-inch MacBook Pro. Like, this feels way nicer than that keyboard. And let's see the cap locks. Now, this is a backlit keyboard, which is actually very nice. And with the new kind of rumors surrounding the fact that we might be getting Xcode, Logic, and Final Cut Pro 10 onto this iPad in the summer, this keyboard might be coming more in handy. I think the only thing is, can you stomach the price that Apple has put on this thing? Because it's definitely a premium. I mean, I think you have to be heavily invested in the iPad ecosystem, and I personally am. This personally replaces my laptop. I do not use my laptop anymore as a laptop. I use it as a desktop. It's constantly connected through USB-C to a docking station, and with time I'm going to switch that out for possibly a Mac Mini or Mac Mini Pro. Who knows if that comes out in the future. But I don't use my MacBook for MacBook things anymore. I think we can still improve this quite a bit. I feel like Apple made this more first with marketing in mind, which is a bit unfortunate because I think we could have gotten a better product had they not focused on, you know, the fact that it looks like it's floating. Yes, it's cool and it's marketable and everything, but we could have definitely gotten something a little bit more functional, because I can't lie, the Microsoft Surface is definitely got a way better hinge with more angles and everything that is way better. I do prefer this keyboard, I do prefer this trackpad, but the hinge on the Surface is just next level. And that still for me remains the creme of the crop. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. This has been the iPad Pro Magic Keyboard. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, because definitely an expensive guy here. And of course, you know, you can see it there. Very nice keyboard though. Heavy, expensive, but overall, very nice. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to Paperlike for sponsoring it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.